Welcome to the deep dive. Um, so if you spend enough time working with LLMs, you probably know they have this fatal flaw.
Right, they absolutely love fluency more than accuracy.
Exactly. They're basically probabilistic engines that are designed to sound confident, which
Yeah.
means they'll, happily smooth over gaps in data with highly plausible sounding but entirely fabricated narratives.
Yeah, I mean, they just want to give you a good story.
Right. So today we're looking at a source document that aggressively disrupts that behavior. It's called the NBLM Prompts, CGCCG Unified Master Prompt.
It's quite the title, but it essentially acts as a straitjacket for the model's attention mechanism. Instead of letting it function like a creative writing machine, this blueprint forces the AI to operate strictly as a rigorous disciplined forensic investigator.
Okay, let's unpack this because peeking under the hood of these advanced instructions is just wild.
Yeah.
To make an AI that rigorous, you first have to explicitly teach it what actually counts as the truth.
Exactly. And it does that by implementing a really strict master source hierarchy.
Yeah, you don't just feed it a pile of documents. You force it to recognize that underlying records and sworn firsthand statements fundamentally outrank derivative summaries or, mind maps in prior AI outputs.
And it tackles the repetition problem head on, too. There's a specific rule in the prompt that says repetition of derivative material does not increase corroboration.
Oh, wow, that's huge.
It is, because we know LLMs weigh token frequency heavily. Like if it reads the same flawed summary 10 times in a prompt, it statistically wants to treat that summary as a verified fact.
Right, so this instruction manually overrides that bias. It also demands these mandatory evidentiary labels. So it's tagging every single claim. Is it a direct record, a sworn statement, or just an analytical inference?
It treats the context window basically like a courtroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like how a sketch of a crime scene just isn't as valid as a sworn witness actually
Hmm.
on the stand. But why do we have to explicitly command the AI not to invent facts or treat visuals as primary evidence?
Well, what's fascinating here is that an AI naturally wants to blend and infer. It wants to hallucinate to connect the dots, making these stripped literal boundaries totally essential.
Okay, so once the AI actually knows the rules of evidence,
Yep.
how does the prompt structure the output without letting that bias just, slip back in?
You basically refuse to let it free write. The prompt utilizes a mandatory 10-part engine.
Right, it forces a sequence-locked report,
Hmm.
and that demands self-auditing through the report risk summary
Yep, where the model has to explicitly name its single strongest claim and its weakest claim.
and its greatest overstatement risk.
Right.
Plus, it pairs that with a source-defining crosswalk, demanding exact page and timestamp anchors for every assertion.
It's incredibly thorough.
But here's where it gets really interesting. The prompt includes a built-in refinement rule, commanding the AI to silently revise its own draft to remove dramatic phrasing before finalizing the report. But I want to push back on this mechanically.
Okay, go for it.
Does telling an AI to silently revise actually do anything? Or is it just the machine, like talking to itself in the dark?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it absolutely works. Because forcing the model to generate a critique token before it generates the final output token fundamentally alters its attention mechanism.
Oh, I see. So that hidden scratchpad space becomes part of the prompt for the final answer.
Precisely. It shifts the statistical probability away from fluent storytelling and heavily toward factual accuracy. It mimics the drafting process of human intelligence analysts.
Wow. So it's a masterclass in critical thinking, basically reverse engineered for a machine. It completely prioritizes restrained, neutral analysis over speculation.
Which is exactly what we need it to do.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? This AI requires intense, multi-layered scaffolding just to distinguish a direct record from a simple analytical inference. It kind of forces you to look at your own information diet.
Yeah, are you making those same distinctions when you scroll through a news feed?
Right? Most of us naturally blend derivative summaries and raw facts without even realizing it.
We are our own little probability engines, just looking for a smooth narrative to make sense of the world.
Which leaves us with this final thought. If we have to engineer prompts this rigorously just to stop a sophisticated machine from jumping to unsupported conclusions, how heavily should we be prompting our own human brains when we consume the daily